My name is Tyler Southern. I was a corporal in the United States Marine Corps. We were given accurate intelligence that were up to 6 Taliban held up in a compound. We all split up and took different sides. I led my team to the far side, which was laced with 4 IEDs. We all missed the first one on the front corner and turkey peeking a doorway. I stepped on the second. 10 pounds of homemade explosives, pressure plate IED, buried 6 inches, detonated immediately.
Stone vet. I hit the ground running when I'm invading your country. And still with honor and discipline. Throw my guns like onyx. Dressed in camo with ammo for every situation.
Quick it up. Whoa.
What's up, guys? Sergeant G here from the STONED VET USMC. Happy Friday. The weekend's here, dude. Super excited this weekend. I'm super excited for this episode, dude. I got another jarhead on my show today, dude. I'm super excited, man. I can't tell you enough how much I love having jarheads on my show. Other chaotic motherfuckers that can relate to why we are the way we are. Man, I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, Rafa 180, dude. Rafa 180 providing you the best medicinal grade CBD on the market. THC free, hands down, dude. I gotta tell you guys, you have to understand medicinal benefits of CBD and medicinal cannabis, understanding how to medicate yourself using these amazing natural products that the good Lord and Savior put here on this earth for us to be able to use to help treat our ailments that we suffer from serving in the military. You serve in the military, you got PTSD, hands down. That's what I tell people. They're like, what? I say, you go to boot camp, you're no longer who you thought you were before you joined. You're no longer that person anymore. You are now Department of Defense, whatever, sailor, freaking airman, guardian, Marine, whatever, Coast Guardsman, whatever you are. You now suffer from PTSD because you can no longer going back to be who you used to be before you joined, man. Like I tell you guys, you go over to the STONED VET USMC, get 15% off your entire purchase, man. Get over there, get some great products that they have on the market. Also, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share wherever it goes up. Share these videos, man. Share it with your brothers and sisters. You are listening to the #1 Marine podcast in the entire world. You want to make sure everybody understands that you're listening to the craziest chaos on the entire podcast world right now. Like I said, I got the award. I'm still waiting on Shane to send it to me. It'll get here eventually. I'll get my Warhammer. My gold Warhammer is going to sit right here, up all front, all pretty, showing you that I am the #1 Marine podcast, man. I'm super excited today, man. I'm super, super excited. You guys don't know this gentleman here, this devil dog, this crazy ass Marine right here, Tyler Southern, man. Mr. McNubbins is what he's going by, man. What's up, brother? How you doing today? Chilling, man. This guy has an incredible story, man. Like for me, I've talked to him a couple of times already, and this guy he lives life to the fullest. Like he honestly, I was like, if I was in his situation, I'd want to kill myself, dude. Honestly, I would. Like, I don't know how he has such good, high hopes about life and everything. I mean, maybe it's his kids that keep him going. Maybe it's just
I'd have a hard time shooting myself.
Yeah. So Tyler here, I'm gonna let Tyler tell his story a little bit. He's another jarhead like myself. He's another jarhead, but he's like, when you talk about jarheads, this is what you see. When you think of a real jarhead, this is what I see. When you see a real jarhead, is this guy right here that's been through shit. He's been through shit. He suffers through shit on a daily basis, right? Everybody knows Kyle Carpenter. Kyle Carpenter this, Kyle Carpenter that. Kyle Carpenter ain't got shit on this devil dog right here. And we all brothers. I can say that shit. Kyle, if you watch this show, I can say that shit because we're all brothers. We have that same EGA burned into our hearts. I can say that shit. But you ain't got shit on my brother Tyler over here, dude.
Me and him were in the hospital at the same time. You don't talk shit about Kyle.
I ain't talking shit about him. I mean, I give it to him. Props to him, brother. I mean, he did what they trained us to do, right? We were trained to take that grenade to the chest. We were trained to do that shit, right?
He let me put my finger in his eye socket one time. I was like, I'll never get another opportunity. Do you mind? Well, fucking weird, but yeah.
Which finger? So, you only got like 3 of them, right?
This one.
Which finger? The big one.
It ends up, my middle finger is my pointer finger now because my pointer finger is used in a weird cocked position. But so my story, right?
Let's talk about. So You joined the Marine Corps. When did you join the Marine Corps?
2007.
Damn, you joined way late. Mad late you joined.
Well, I'm sorry that I was born in 1989. That's not really my fault.
Yeah. True that. So you joined the Marine Corps 6 years after I joined the Marine Corps. I was almost on my way out. I was in Hawaii when you joined the Marine Corps back in 07.
eBay.
So you were a baby then. Was you 18 when you joined?
17. Yeah, I left 2 days after high school graduation.
No shit.
Yeah,
so what made you want to be a badass Marine?
Well, so I come from a very, very, very Navy heavy tree. Okay. Pretty much all but like 1 or 2 eligible males in my family served in the Navy. And then I'm the youngest of 3. My oldest brother joined the Navy right out of high school and was search and rescue swimmer. Well, he still is. He's in Orlando now as a recruiter. But and then my middle brother joined the Army. So I was going to go Navy and do search and rescue as well. And ended up changing my mind just because, one, I didn't really want to like, guys, I just did this. Look at the score I got or whatever. And my dad be like, I did that shit 20 years ago. Fuck you. And my brother being like, I teach that class. Fuck you. So I decided to go my own way. Talk shit at Thanksgiving, but that didn't really stop them.
Right.
They tried.
Shit. No shit. My family's very army heavy people. They army heavy. I got one uncle that joined the Air Force, and apparently I got cousins and stuff that joined the Navy and stuff, but I'm the only crazy ass. Look at that. Pop. But I'm the only crazy motherfucker that joined the Marine Corps. They asked me why I joined the Marine Corps. I said, because that's the only motherfucker knocking on my door. I didn't go knocking on anybody's door. They knocked on my door, came hunting for me, And I said, all right, I'll join. Why not? I mean, I ain't got nothing else going on for me. I am fucking. I mean, that's what I talked like not too long ago. I talked on an episode not too long ago. It was like in the Marine Corps, we're just a bunch of degenerates that couldn't figure out what the fuck we're doing in our life. Like we had nothing going for us. A lot of us. I mean, you got some people that are in the Corps that had everything. Their mom and dad were together. They got cars and they got everything paid for them. You got a couple of those guys like that. But I said a vast majority of us jarheads, we're all broken. We come from impoverished cities. And we had nothing going for us, you know what I'm saying? We're like, what the hell am I going to do, Or they were like, go to jail or join the Marine Corps. And you're like, fuck, dude, you know what I'm saying? I guess I'm going to join the, And I think that's what makes us so tight with each other,
Plus, we have the finest uniform in all the land.
The best uniform ever, dude. Everybody can tell you that, dude. We got the best uniform. You know what? When I was going to the gym, I had an Air Force guy in the gym. He was like an E5, I think, and he argued with me and tried to tell me that the Air Force dress blues was better than the Marine Corps dress blues.
The only one that has any room to potentially try to put a foot in that ring is the Choker Whites, United States Navy, and we let them have that.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's what my wife said. She's like, "Oh, them dress whites are nice." I said, "That's probably the only one that will beat the dress blues, hands down."
But that's the only one that can compare at all. The rest are chief or higher in the Navy, and you get to compete.
Right? No
that's
shit.
It.
No, I was like that hands down. I mean, them dress whites are absolutely beautiful, man. So your time, you went in the Marine Corps, and when you joined the Marine Corps, was you in 03?
Yeah, I was 03. I signed up 0341 Mortarman, and ended up operating as an 11 in both Iraq and Afghanistan.
0311. Fucking grunts. You guys ain't shit.
Oh, yeah. That's why all y'all got to talk shit and make sure I get my bullets and my food.
You gotta love the grunts, dude. I love the grunts. I love you guys. You sorry SOBs. It's like I was telling you before. I said every time you guys go to the field to play, I was in the field right next to you playing, making sure you got your water and your bullets and your food and all the happy jazz. A lot of people don't understand that. That's what I try to tell people. I said people don't understand that. I said engineers and grunts, regardless if you're 11 Bravo in the Army or an 03 in the Marine Corps. We're always together. Every time you guys go to the field with it. You may not believe it. I don't know what the hell you were at, but I know where I went. Every time you guys went to the field, I was in the damn field with you guys.
First off, I ain't talking shit. Your job's a real job. You can look it up. It's real. But in my experience, I didn't know combat engineers was a real MOS until I got blown up and met fractions of engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had to do route clearance for ourselves, and we had to sit on unexploded ordnance and call EOD ourselves.
That's
and
crazy.
I wired more than one shape charge. Like I was a jack of all trades, but we had to be because I didn't realize y'all were real life until I got
crazy,
hurt.
though.
So.
I mean, but it depends. I mean, but of course, like anything in the Marine Corps, anything in the government, it all depends on where you're going and who you're working with. I mean, honestly, that's.
Oh, and 1st Battalion, 2nd Marines, half-ass, full speed. We were just, we had a wonderfully sound and capable leadership. They were really, really great at their jobs.
You gotta love that, dude. You gotta love that. But I understand that. I understand where you're coming from because I mean, the Marine Corps is fucked. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, we do what we can with what we got. You know what I'm saying? You know that. We do what you do what we can with what we got. That's how they taught us. That's how they trained us, and that's how we live life now. Do what you can with what you got. You know,
adapt, overcome,
adapt and overcome. That's exactly right. Exactly right, man. So you joined at 07, right? You joined 07 because this. So you came in as a mortarman. That's how you came in. Because you didn't want to do anything else. You wanted to be a badass Marine. You wanted to be what they say Marines are, a badass grunt motherfucker, right?
Yeah, I want to pull triggers at any rate.
Right. And so when you did that, how long was it until you deployed?
I got to the fleet December of 07, and we deployed July of 08.
No shit.
So I got a decent amount of workout in, and then we went to Iraq. I turned 18 at boot camp, and I ended up doing my first ever foot patrol on my 19th birthday. And because it was my birthday, they let me carry the radio. It looked like a candle.
And if you guys don't know, these radios, these are some big ass fucking radios you put on your back, and you got this long ass antenna that goes up to the fucking heavens that hopefully will get a signal, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's about a 12-foot whip, and there was the 8-foot whip, and then the radio itself looks like a old timey suitcase.
No shit. Yeah, no shit. You trying to hump around with this? So you deployed to both Iraq and Afghanistan?
Yes, sir, I did.
Look at that shit. Look at this. This guy went to 2 different places, you know? And so a lot of people, a lot of you guys that are watching the show, a lot of you guys are deployed to both these countries as well. You guys can understand and relate, you know, the fucking sand and the mountains and all the other bullshit that's there with it, you know, the life of a deployment, you know, that's one thing that we can relate to and we can understand, you know? And for you, I mean, so you got to the fleet in December of 07 and you deployed July. So as soon as you got to the fleet, you were doing workups to get ready for your deployment in July, huh?
Yeah, I ended up, I missed a 10-day op in Fort Bragg. They'd left the day before we got to the fleet. So it was funny. I thought the fleet was going to be super duper chill because it was just, and then there was a sergeant that came to the unit. But so he ran us around and he got us gray belt certified before they came back. So, and then I realized, oh, wait, freshman year sucks all around. So there, you know, all the hop and the I-Lance corporaling. But I also got shit everywhere I turned because I was wearing the wrong belt. And I was like, I'm gray belt certified. Sorry about it.
No shit. And a lot of you guys don't understand. So Marine Corps has adapted to a new martial arts program. You know what I'm saying? You can go from your tan belt, what you get out of boot camp. I guess that's what you got. You West Coast, East Coast Marine?
East Coast.
Oh, fucking Sandfleet Marine. So we got this here.
I'm real.
He's a real Marine because he went to the East Coast. He went to PI. He went to Paris Island. Real Marine. We always have this issue here. You guys don't understand. Marines always have this shit. You an East Coast Marine or West Coast Marine?
Y'all are always like, we've got mountains. And I'm like, well, we have 180% humidity, and I've had to be a pallbearer for I don't even know how many sand fleas. Go fuck yourself.
No, that's what I tell people. I said I would rather deal with the mountains than the fucking sand fleas. Like I just don't like being bit. I don't like being bit.
Honestly, the lack of humidity would have been enough for me.
Right. Absolutely. I can only imagine the humidity. So you said you went in what, July of 07 is when you went to boot camp?
I went in June.
June. So you're in the middle of summer.
Oh yeah. I was there for the hottest possible.
No shit. And you guys who are from the South, who are from South Carolina, Georgia area, out that way, you guys know the humidity factor that goes on out there. So you guys have an understanding of how humid and muggy. Now imagine being a Marine and going all the Marine Corps bullshit, the whole marches.
Well, yeah, and
you guys only march. You guys don't hump. You guys just march like the Air Force out there in PI. It's all flat. It's all flat. You guys just walk.
That's your one dumb shit you're allowed to say.
You guys go march. You ain't got no mountains to trip your ass. Go. You ever try rolling down a fucking 80-foot mountain? You trip on a rock and you just roll.
I've been to CAX. I've been to all your stumps. I don't give a shit. That's dumb shit. I'll correct it.
But it's good. It's good. So you in boot camp, middle of summer in South Carolina. You there? So like I said, man. So a lot of you guys don't understand. I don't know how the Army deployments work up. I don't know if they even do workups. Maybe they just deployed. They don't prepare for anything. You know, that's why they stay so long, so they can get their deployment time in and workups in. You know, that's why they deploy for 18 months at a time, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, and so. For you guys that don't understand, the Marine Corps, we always do workups. Every time we're getting ready to deploy, it's usually about a 6-month workup before actual deployment. So you're in the field, freaking getting ready, preparing yourself, prepping yourself on a regular basis. And I mean, like him, he got there in December. So you're getting there like during the holidays, during the Christmas holidays and stuff. And so a lot of people, what they don't understand, what is this guy doing? Look at this. He got his armpit all up in there.
I had to plug in my phone. I didn't realize how low the battery was. I'm sorry.
And so
I only have one hand.
Yeah, he's like, I got one hand. I got to use everything I can. And so, I mean, with the deployments and stuff, I mean, like I said, a lot of you guys don't understand the Marine Corps. It's usually about 6-month workup before you actually deploy wherever you're going, you know. And luckily for us, we deploy for about 10 months out of the year, which ain't bad. It still sucks, but it's not like the Army. We stay forever in the country for no damn reason, just because, you know. But I tell people the Army stays. I say the Army stays because we fuck everything up, and they have to go and fix everything we fucked up over there. That's why they got to stay so long.
It's because we figure out everything so they can occupy, because they occupy.
Right.
And then whenever they lose Fallujah, we got to take it back twice.
We're not saying nothing, you Army guys. Shh, it's okay. It's okay.
Accurate or anything.
Right. We're not saying anything. We're just letting you know why we're the best at what we do. You know, I try to tell people, you know what I'm saying? I said, America doesn't need Marines. America wants Marines. I said, everybody else, every other branch can do what we can do. You know what I'm saying?
We're the only branch necessary, but we're the only branch they'll never actually get rid of.
Exactly, and that's why I tried. They've tried to get rid of the Marine Corps. They tried, and it's just not successful because we're the only ones you can call up and we'll deploy within fucking like 72 hours. We'll be up and gone in 72 hours, ready deployed. You know, and every other branch is gonna take you fucking days, weeks, months, whatever it's gonna take you. You know,
country in.
You know, and so the shit's just crazy with this, man. So with your deployment, so you deployed to Iraq. Your first deployment was to Iraq, right?
Yes.
How was that there for you back in? I mean, the invasion's over. So what was your mission there when you went to Iraq in those?
We were there pretty late in the game. The main issue was it was hotter than demon pussy. But we were in Saqlawiyah, basically directly in the center of the country, about 45 minutes from Habbaniyah, and close to Fallujah. But anyway, we were in a little 100 by 100 fob, and our whole thing was training the Iraqi police that were right there in the small town. Okay. And yeah, we were basically just ran extra security for the police force there. Was really all we did. A lot of vehicle patrols, a lot of nothing. A
lot of nothing. You're just like, I'm just here to fucking get my campaign medal. That's it. That's all I'm here for.
I'm just 133 heat because, you know, I'm wicked bored.
No, as I try to tell people, my son asked me, he's like, how hot is it? I said, dude, by 8 a.m., it's like 120 degrees outside by 8 a.m., dude. And it just keeps getting hotter and hotter. Like, it's literally hell on earth. I tell people, I say, it's literally hell on earth. Like, God said this will be hell on earth for you guys. And he punishes those people living over there. And I'll be like, the crazy part is you get cold as hell outside and it'd be like 96 degrees, but you be freezing your ass off because it's been so damn hot all day. You putting on hoodies, you putting on sweaters and beanies and gloves. You're freezing, but I was like, it's only 96 degrees. But when you're sitting 130, 140 degrees all day long and it drops to 96, it's cold. It's really cold out there.
Yeah, you go from gear on in 130 to gear off all sweaty and it drops just, below 90. Like, dear Lord.
You're right, dear Lord, it's freezing. It's freezing. So the first deployment, how long were you out there for? About 9 months?
7 or 8. We got back in February of 9.
Okay. So about 8 months or so.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we ended up, whenever it stopped being hot, we went up into the fucking anyways. So we were like, it's gonna get cold. Let's make it way fucking worse. So from the 130 degree during the day to -12 at noon.
Yep.
All deployment.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's the Marine Corps way, dude. Some Marine Corps way. Recently, I've been dealing with some shit right now with the wife. I've been telling the wife I've been dealing with some shit. I was like, I feel like I'm in the Marine Corps again. I get all happy and horny, and then I'm down crying. Like, what the fuck are we doing this?
But.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And so you did your deployment and everything like that. So, I mean, now you gung-ho. Now you got experience, right? You fresh in the fleet and you get deployed 6 months after you join the fleet. Like, you're like, this is the fucking fleet? Oh, shit. Like, you didn't get time to actually get in there and get to know your Marines that you're deploying with. Like, that's what the workup is for, is to get to know your Marines and stuff.
Well, I had plenty of time to meet it. I mean, 6 months and live in close quarters and training every day, even if it was fuck games around the barracks. I mean,
right.
I got my peers and my seniors really well.
That's good.
And then obviously the echelons above that are, when you're a boot, it don't really matter. You don't need to know who they are.
Right. Absolutely. And so after, how long were you back stateside before you deployed to Afghanistan?
We got back in February and we ended up deploying the following March in 2010.
Oh, so they let you stay for at least a year before they deployed your ass again.
Yeah, because, one, they knew they were pretty certain it was going to be Afghanistan. And then they ended up doing this thing where they took all the mortarmen in the entire battalion and crunched them into 81s so that we could all get like refresher courses on 81s and 60s, because in Afghanistan, we'd actually be using them.
Oh, no
we weren't
shit.
allowed to do it at all in Iraq. So when they gave the option, we were like 180 goddamn mortarmen in a platoon. And then they started spitting everyone back out to Alpha Bravo Charlie. And I made sure I shined in front of all of the staff sergeants and whatnot who were about to be in charge of 81s so that they wouldn't let me go back to Bravo Company. And the guys who requested to stay in 81s, and they let me. So I ended up deploying to Iraq with 60s Bravo Company and 81s Weapons Company to Afghanistan.
No shit. Okay. So yeah, like I said, but I can tell you guys, he was back for a year, but the 6 months out of the year, he was freaking doing workups, getting ready to fucking deploy, getting his shit, all the training, like you said, getting retrained, recertified on a bunch of new things, so you can expand your career, your horizons and stuff like that. And so this is where the story gets interesting, guys. This is where the magic happened, right, Tyler? This is where the magic happened, right? This is when your life changed forever. You know what I'm saying? So like I talked to Tyler. And he's got, I mean, for this Marine here to get as blown up as he did, dude, like I said, bro, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't get it, dude. I don't know how you got a smile on you. It might be the cannabis. It might be, I don't know what it is, but
it's not kicking in yet. I really am just a happy dude.
He's just a happy guy, dude. Like this guy here is living life. He's doing it. Like he ain't letting shit hold him back. Right?
First and foremost, we lost 13 Marines and attachments on my deployment that I didn't die on.
That's crazy, dude.
I always felt like it'd be a huge insult to them to be wallowing in self-pity and bullshit when they literally gave their lives for me and for the ones who came back. Like, I hope to earn a spot by their side whenever my time here.
No, absolutely.
And I live my life to make the fallen proud. I have tattooed across my stomach, "For the fallen I live."
Wow. But I mean, it makes sense.
Because I will not.
No, absolutely, because it makes sense. So during your deployment, so this here, Tyler here, this is where Tyler's life changed, is his deployment to Afghanistan.
We left.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead, sir.
Awesome. So we left March 5th for Camp Leatherneck in Afghanistan. We were at Camp Leatherneck for a week or two, I can't remember, and then drove the 58-hour convoy that I don't even know how point A to point plus kilometers, but and got to Musa Kayla, and which is in the Nowzat district. It's pretty far south, rural as heck. It was 8 kilometers between farms and stuff out there, and we broke down like we always do, and got a patrol element, a post element, and a rest element, and got started on foot patrol. Well, vehicle patrols at first, and our battalion commander eventually decided to cancel all vehicle patrols because we were losing too many trucks to IEDs. Which and he passed on that was from the MEF commander, and that was an absolute lie. He chose to blame the MEF commander for that either way, but it's not his fault because I wouldn't have been in a vehicle anyways. We were given accurate intelligence that there were up to 6 Taliban held up in a compound that was 8 kilometers from our patrol base. We walk out there. In the process of taking it, I was a second team leader. The squad leader took his team around the front. Team 3 stayed where we were, and I took my team around the far side that no one could see at the time. And we all missed the first IED that was buried on the front corner. We either didn't step on it or it didn't go off properly. And then turkey peeking the doorway to get into the compound, I stepped on 10 pounds of homemade explosives, which was buried 6 inches straight down. Victim operated pressure plate IED.
6 inches. That's not deep at all, dude.
No. And EOD technician tells me that 15 pounds can take out a house. So there shouldn't have been pieces of me to find.
No shit. I mean, you said 10 pounds. It was 10 pounds that you stepped on?
Yeah, directly on top of it. And because I was at the doorway and practicing small target mentality, my elbows were down. So right arm took a lot of the blast, thus removing it out of my life. After 20 years of faithful service as a right-handed individual, it's just like, fuck it, I'm out. And now I get to be a southpaw forever. What the fuck? Yeah, you can, like, it's funny when you really look at how you can tell I stepped on it with my right foot and how I was standing by how I'm injured. It's kind of like my left leg was blown more open because it came out. And it was, basically I shouldn't have survived by any stretch of the imagination. And if I'd have got hit a year earlier, I would not have. I happened to be the first American triple amputee to survive Afghanistan, which super excited to have that title. No one said ever. And it beat me by 3 years. So who cares? It's an empty victory either way you spin it. But I spoke with the EOD technician who did my post blast because he too was injured a few months later. And he said that I had to have bounced off the building, and the way I bounced off the building and got me out of the percussion was one of the key reasons why I didn't die. God damn. And I was leading from the front, like you do. And so no one else was injured. No one else got a scratch. Thank the good Lord.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah,
I was going to say, like, that was the first thing I asked when I woke up was, did I get anyone dead, basically? Yeah, that and the fact that I have all of my important organs are the main reasons why I am such a happy guy.
I mean, imagine,
it was only me.
Imagine that was being recorded, like to see your body bounce off the wall, like, and then go back and replay it, like, damn.
Dude, I absolutely wish my 2-man had a GoPro. That'd have been the tits.
You were like, you gotta copy that for me because I gotta replay this shit.
Uncle fellow flying through the air. That's me.
I mean, imagine that shit, because you can only imagine your body's probably folding in half, and you're hitting the corner of the ceiling and the roof and the wall, and you're just being just bouncing off of it. Like, I mean, just for that story like that. Like, and like I said, it was only 6 inches deep, so it didn't have far to go.
No, yeah, and once you survive it, you want the funny part of it too. So if you get to watch, and I would add like a boom type sound to it, or like a gong or something, it'd be legit. It'd be a good video. I'd be excited to have it.
Right.
But, so my corpsman's first combat incident, trial by fire, if you will. And Stoddard is a monster. I love that man till my dying day. He's funny the way he tells it. The first thing he remembers is tying the fourth tourniquet. Because everything else, he just muscle memory. His body kicked in and he got it down. And once his adrenaline out a little bit, the first thing he remembers was cinching down the fourth one. And I'm like, hey, I don't care if your brain remembers, your body was on it.
and that's what a lot of people don't understand. So our docs, our corpsmen, they're our docs. That's what we have. Navy corpsmen is our docs. They go to the field with us, especially for you grunts. You always got one with you because you guys always fuck up something. You guys always you step on landmines and shit, just the regular thing that you guys do.
A yellow jug, for the record.
And so, but these guys, I mean, a lot of the stuff that we do, that we train for, is all second nature. Like, we just do it. Like, we don't even think about it. We just go and we just do it. Like, and then afterwards we're like, damn, did I really go through and do all that? Yeah, you did it all. Yeah. Second nature.
Yeah, that's what the majority workout, or the workup that you've mentioned a few times, the majority of that is the same exact shit that you did in the other field ops, just so that you can do this shit in your fucking sleep, because lives literally depend on you knowing your job. So
absolutely,
we could have done fine.
Yeah.
We would like to give a huge thanks to Rafa 180. Rafa 180 offers pure medicinal CBD and products made locally. They walk alongside individuals to achieve a healthy lifestyle with options needed by each person. You can learn more about them on Facebook at Rafa CBD, their website www.rafa180.com, or email at rafacbd@gmail.com. They truly believe your journey matters.
Saying, is that right?
Yeah, zero. No one else got a scratch or a headache out of it. So they set up the security cordon, and the corpsman and my squad leader, Sergeant Tyler and Thomas, out of Tennessee, who I named my son after. He calls in the helicopter and is doing everything Doc needs him to do. He called in at the time it was 9 lines of information and the missed report, which is 4 more lines of information. So he called in the 9-line and the missed report with faster than a hiccup and didn't have to repeat anything. So the helicopter that actually got me off the ground was rerouted to me. And I was only 10 minutes blast to bird.
Wow. Well, that's good. I mean, luckily it was close.
That's a huge credit to why I survived. They said I stopped breathing several times on the ground. And then from the various hospitals, I know I flatlined a whole bunch of times. My lungs collapsed a whole bunch of times. They lost count at 160 units of blood. And I was pumping solid British blood for a little while there, because they ran out of America O+. Freaking doctors and nurses saving my life hard. I had to do a thoracotomy where they cut me nip to spine and got in there and manipulated my heart and clamped my aorta.
Damn, dude.
Oh yeah, I for really real shouldn't have made it.
No shit. You're like, God's like, Tyler, you got a bigger purpose here. I'm not done with you yet. He said, you're not done yet. And you're like, fuck, dude. Why am I not dead? Like, I should have been dead. Like,
I none of this, for the record. My brain control deleted the day of and everything. So I don't have any memory of any of it. And because I was going through the doorway, the ACOG, the sight unit on the rifle, broke my forehead. To wit, they had to do almost ear to ear, fold my face down to fix my forehead. But so my family was going to fly to Germany, where I was going to stay at Landstuhl, the hospital there, for a while. And they decided I was absolutely going to die. So they stabilized me to fly me to Bethesda so that I could die on American soil. Pause. How fucking rad is that? And then, so I ended up getting to Bethesda on Mother's Day that year. Oops.
Ooh,
but I was
Mother's Day.
And by the time, so I got hit the 5th of May. So I was only there for 2 months to the day. And then, yeah, Cinco de Mayo. I was also hit at 5:00 p.m. Happy hour. Fucking riddle me that, Batman. But and I was born at 5:00 for the people who like conspiracies. Not on May 5th. But so I was in a 2-week medically induced coma. I ended up waking up on the 18th in Bethesda to my mother explaining what happened to me.
And like that's what I was saying. Like, maybe it's a good thing you don't remember it. I mean, imagine the nightmares.
I concur, sir.
Imagine the nightmares you'd be having if you did remember it, like stepping on the damn thing and remembering being blown up. I mean, just the nightmares itself that you have from that. I mean,
it just sounds real Bernie and Siri and painful. I don't like the idea of remembering that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a lot of things, because a lot of people do suffer from different shit like that. But good. I mean, it's a blessing that you don't. That's one of the things that was taken from you was the memory of stepping on it and being blown into a fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? And being bounced off a wall. Because imagine the pain, just feeling it. Because I mean, when you got hit, you probably didn't feel any pain. Like, I mean, you were just out, just fuck.
They said I was incoherent. Apparently, my main line that I kept getting off was "They got me good." Who's gonna argue? Shut up, bro. Yeah, shut up. Yes, I agree. But it was funny because I asked my corpsman and my squad leader, because I don't know why, it was irrational. It didn't matter, but I was terrified that I was like crying and begging for my mommy or anything like that. Like, I don't know why that bothered me so much in the beginning, but they were both like, "No. You on repeat, they got me good." And I was like, all right.
They did. They got me good. Them fucking bastards got me good, motherfucker. But
like,
you were being a leader. You were being the leader, though, and you were taking the first. You were on the front. You were in front of your line. You're in front of your squad line, and you were going to clear the building for your team.
For 6 bad guys inside, I'm not gonna put any of my guys first through the door in that situation.
No, absolutely. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about us jarheads, dude. When we're leaders, when we're put in leadership position, like me, like I said, I'm Sergeant G. I was in E5 in the Marine Corps. That's one thing that they teach you is leadership. Marine Corps instills fucking knowledge, education. Understand the reason. Like in the Marine Corps, I think Marine Corps is the only branch that you go by your rank. It's not your name. It's your rank. It's your rank, then your name. And the power that we have in our rank, when you pick up corporal, when you pick up sergeant, when you pick up these ranks, you worked hard for them. And a lot of branches don't have that. Like, they don't care for it. I mean, Air Force is the worst about it. They don't care about rank. They're just like, whatever, But in the Marine Corps, we strive. We strive. I mean, for us, we strive to be the rank that we are. We worked hard for it. We went through all the training that was needed to achieve the rank that we have. And when you become a leader, a lot of people don't understand that. We put ourselves on the line and make sure that nobody else behind us is going to get hurt by anything. That we make sure we go first, and we make sure that everything's cleared for everybody else to come in to take guard of the whole facility, So I mean, with this shit, so they brought you back. They flew you back to Bethesda to die on American soil, and you're like, well,
and Bethesda's job was basically make him as comfortable as possible till he dies. And then he didn't die.
He didn't die. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude? Why ain't you dead yet?
Yeah, just die already. I made it.
When
I woke tubes and staples and stitches and wound vacs and all this crap. When they took the chest tube out the first time, my lung recollapsed. I'm super excited again to have been on as many drugs as I was, because that hurt like a motherfucker when I was very, very, very high. So again, like, I love the of not. I like not remembering it all. I swear it.
No, but I mean, it's good that you don't remember that kind of stuff. So you say you was in the same hospital when Kyle Carpenter was in there. Is that right?
So he was hit, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks after me, give or take. We were hit the same year. And we were there for each other's recovery, basically. The unit that the liaison staff and all that other stuff, they tried to treat us like still real Marines. So it was a lot of formations and fuck games. And we eventually landed on a happy medium. I'm like, look, I'm still a real Marine. I know that, but I'm not doing grunt shit. I'm a patient. That's my billet right now. I need you to get off my nuts so I can heal. And yeah, one of the people asked the quadruple when he was going to shave.
Get the fuck out
and
of here, dude.
He looked him square in his soul and said, the second my arms grow back.
What do you say, though, Devil? What do you say, Devil Dog?
Yeah. Well, and it was just a bunch of non-grunt staff sergeants. There was a bunch of grunt staff sergeants with the liaison staff and first sergeants and so on and so forth. But there were a bunch that weren't. And they also are only doing what they're told at that point. Staff sergeant, You're not making policy, especially over a hospital unit. So I never tried to blame the staff sergeant specifically. My section leader was legit, and he was a very fair man. But I had a section leader when I was a patient in a hospital.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And it was a lot of, and I get it, making sure they're going to their therapy and doing the shit they're supposed to do and seeing because some guys would clam up and stay in their rooms. And just not go to therapies or appointments.
Right.
And, so ultimately there was a reason, but I never needed them. But yeah.
So I mean, with all that being said, I mean, like if you guys know, I mean, look, Tyler's got some shit, dude. Like he's a tri amputee with a half a hand. You know what I'm saying? He's got half a fucking hand. He's got no legs. And so I'm sure you got a custom car now too, right? That you can drive with your hand, brakes and.
Oh yeah. I'm on like my third now. Third for sure.
What are you driving? Like a freaking big ass Grand Wagoneer or some shit, some big ass car?
No, I was relegated to a damn minivan when I was 20 years old.
For the babies.
If you wear your prosthetics, you can do vehicles that don't have to carry a wheelchair, obviously. And just how my life is with the kids and everything, you have to wear them every day, or it causes so much pain when you do wear them that it wasn't worth the squeeze anymore, and I stopped wearing them. But I have stayed in enough shape that I can put them back on. I speak every semester at the St. Augustine School, the University of St. Augustine, where they do physical therapy courses and stuff. I speak at their prosthetics course.
Wow.
For future
awesome.
OT. Because that's the biggest thing that I give there is telling them to listen to their patient and work out a plan with your patient and their people too. Like, it's not, he's coming in here with this, and that. I'm gonna do this, and that. Like, no, see what he wants out of it.
Right. No, absolutely. That's awesome that you're doing that now. So I mean, after your whole ordeal, of course, you're gonna get medically retired because you can't do shit no more. You can't walk. You can walk. Do you walk on your nubs?
I can, but I stay in the chair. It just makes more sense.
Yeah, I would too. I'd stay in the fucking chair too.
There.
Just to see. You could be a scary ass movie walking around in your house on your nubs. It could be a scary ass movie.
Film they need me for.
Yeah. But with that, so after that, of course you're getting medically retired, right? After you got back, how was that process for you when you started getting retired and stuff out of that?
Yeah. So first off, there was a few commandants before Conway, because he was the commandant when I was injured. Made it to where if you wanted to re-enlist, you could, no matter how wounded, basically find a spot for you. So for a while, the plan was actually to re-enlist and try to finish out a retirable amount of years. But everything was desk jobs and like HR and PR and all that other crap. And you're not going to excel and be promoted if you hate your job.
Right.
So I chose retirement. So I ended up, I retired September of 2012. I was in the hospital for 2.5 years doing limb salvage and rehab. They had to rebuild me from the elbow down.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the head of plastic surgery, I have his signature tattooed on my arm because he rebuilt me from the elbow down. Like, fuck that dude, he's gonna die. But the process of retiring and stuff. So I got hit in May. In September of 2010, I began dating the woman who would become my wife for 10 years. So retirement was a lot of like coming home to the house in St. Augustine and figuring out what we're going to do when we get here and like start the idea of procreating and whatever else. We're obviously no longer together. But the 14 January 1st, my son was born, and then 16 February 1st, daughter. And basically the time between retiring and the kids was mostly just juicing life for everything we could get out of it. We did all the events that different charities were offering and, did all the little things we wanted to do that would be much harder when we had kids. And I ended up having a lot of like-minded individuals around me. Fella I served with for a long time, lived real close. And I really only hung out with people like me, either wounded or been there and done that. So my transition was actually very seamless. It was awesome. Real chill.
That's good.
And I never had to really deal with all the horror stories that guys absolutely have to deal with. If I can do it, you could do it. Everyone's different. I get, and I'm obviously a little unhinged considering the things that I absolutely don't care about or worse, smile about.
Right. No, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't want anyone to think I'm disrespecting them because they had a hard time. Because a lot of people go back to a town that doesn't have any military or family that were never in the military or go live on their own with no family or support system whatsoever. And then both no family support system with no camaraderie support system, they end up having that super duper hard time where civilians don't get me and I only talk like a Marine and I'm like, well, watch the movies, figure it out.
No, absolutely. You understand. I mean, you understand. Like you said, you've heard the stories. You heard. I mean, that's the biggest thing. That's why I love doing this show. Because, like I said, this is my counseling session. I get to hang out with another fucking jarhead, another devil dog that's doing life. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, I say, I don't pay $100 to a counselor to tell me I'm fucked up because I already know I'm fucked up. We're all a little bit fucked up, right? And so my biggest thing. That's one of the biggest strokes that our brothers have, our brothers and sisters do have. Like you said, you were able to have the camaraderie and you were able to have support system where you're at. A lot of people don't. They don't. Like, they get out and they don't know where the hell. They don't know, are they going back home? Or are they staying where they're at? Are they going to move somewhere else?
Yeah. The no plan of it all, too. Like, because, again, I knew I was going to be retiring and I knew that there was going to be some government paycheck involved with that and that she was looking at this or that, this to study up on it and eventually work. So the fact that I'm so lucky, that's what everything you just said is why I'm so lucky, because I didn't have to worry about the what next or what am I going to do when I get out. And that's a lot of guys' problem is they only do 4 years, hate whatever job they were doing. And then fuck this, I got to get out. Where's the door? And don't put a plan in place at all. That's what I tell anybody. I'm like, look, if your job doesn't immediately translate to another job in civilian life, lat move, do another 4 years, get trained in something you could see yourself doing for the rest of your life. And then set up interviews or try to get either follow on vocation or a job lined up, something, get a plan going. That like, what are you going to do overseas or anywhere in your job? Like in the Marines, You're going to fucking do sit reps and freaking all the BAMSs of it all, and figure out how, what, when, where, exits, all the plans.
Right. Right.
All we fucking do is planning.
No,
and then
absolutely.
you're gonna make a huge step and lose all your support system, but not make any sort of plan at all. Plans fall through. It happens. I get that, and I'm sorry for those guys. And I'm here if they ever need me. Find me on social media.
Right. No, absolutely. And that's the biggest struggle that we do have. You know, that's the biggest struggle that we do have. Is like we fail to plan. A lot of us do fail to plan. A lot of us are like, I got to get out. I got to get out. I got to quit. I got to stop doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I've got to stop it. And whenever you get out, you're like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, what plan do I have? Am I gonna go back home? Because you go back home, a lot of those people are still doing the same shit you were doing before you joined. You don't want to get caught back up in the same shit. So you want to get out and you want to do something for yourself. You want to get out and figure something out for yourself. And that's the biggest struggle. I mean, like you said, apparently St. Augustine is very popular in the veteran community. I know a lot of vets that moved to St. Augustine.
Well, yeah. So one, in the state of Florida, I know there's other states that do it, and I couldn't tell you probably one of them. I think Tennessee. But if you're 100% disabled, which a lot of people are via the things that happen to them as well, you don't pay property tax in the state of Florida.
Yeah, that's how it is in Oklahoma as well.
Yeah, if the cap wasn't 100, I'd be like 500%. But
right.
But the VA here is actually really squared away. There's a hub. Gainesville is a hub, and that's only an hour away. I want to say there's another one in Oklahoma. But
Muskogee, yeah,
you can
Muskogee's a big one.
state how fluid and good the VAs are, because North Carolina is like ranked the worst of all time ever, and people still retire there after leaving Vietnam or freaking Camp Lejeune or wherever.
Right.
And they stay in North Carolina, and I'm like, I get it's a beautiful state, but it looks an awful lot like South Carolina.
Right.
Or Southern Virginia. Don't have to stay in these particular state lines. But
I know a couple of devil dogs that retired and stayed in Jacksonville. I'm like, why are you staying in Jacksonville, dude? Like, yeah, exactly.
I didn't stay in Jacksonville, North Carolina on the weekends when I wasn't supposed to go farther, an hour away or whatever. I came home to real Jacksonville, Florida.
My wife loved it. She loved it. We spent 4 years there. We spent 4 years in Jacksonville, and she loved it. I was like, I fucking hate this place. I want to get out. Like, this place is gross. I got to get out of here.
Well, just that's it. And I never did a sentence anywhere else. I only had Camp Lejeune. Right. I feel like there are bases that are in non-horribly military raped towns.
Right.
Like, and people would probably like that. Go out, get a break from all of it, and go talk to humans like humans talk. And you don't have to only deal with Marines all the time. Right. But I'm like, you're in Jacksonville, North Carolina, which has Lejeune, Geiger, Johnson, Cherry Point. There's what the heck is there's an air base right there too. I can't remember any of it right now. New River. Yeah. And I'm just like, this whole town gets gang raped by Marine bases, and you just want to stay here.
That's why I spent 4 years was there on New River with the air wing. I was swinging with the wings where they told me, you want to go swing with the wing? I said, yeah, how hard can it be? Them bitches sent me to the fucking desert twice. I was like, you sorry, motherfuckers. I'm not supposed to deploy. I'm with the wing. I'm not supposed to deploy anywhere.
So sorry, back to your original question. I'm sorry, I'm in tangent mode.
No, you're good. There you go. It's probably kicking out a little bit, right? Kicking a little bit.
St. Augustine, St. Johns County is the best school system in the state of Florida.
Oh, wow.
And like they steady rank in the top 15 in the nation. Wow. So veterans who got kicked are usually trying to come here so they can raise their kids in some good shit too. So
absolutely,
that might be part. That's why we chose St. Augustine, Jacksonville. We chose St. Augustine because we knew we were going to have kids.
Right, and it's a better place for your kids to grow up and stuff. A lot of people think about it like that. You know, it's like us. We live in Moore, and Moore is one of those real good school district type thing. My wife homeschools. Yeah. Like, I still want to make sure that the house that we live in, so when we sell it, people are like, well, it's in a good school district and stuff like that. You know, which is
So and I was saying, don't y'all got a whole baseball team?
Yeah, I got 7 kids. I got a whole. I tell people I don't have cable TV, dude. I don't have cable TV, so I mean, I got to have a basketball team. I got a basketball team, and I'm starting to fill up the bench now. You already know with 2 kids how busy they keep you.
Fuck. Well, I only got one hand, but I'm telling you, man, 2 kids is way more than 1 kids. So like, I don't know how the fuck you do 8, 7, however many you just said.
Yeah, 7.
That's
You stay busy. I got to take them to the pool this afternoon too, so we'll see how that goes.
it's one of those, y'all are lucky. I love you.
No, absolutely, brother. And so this is why I love doing this show, because I get to talk to people like you. Like I said, I never would have met you, man. Like I said, we had an acquaintance that said, "Hey, you got to bring Tyler on the show." I was like, she's like, "He's a devil dog." I said, "Well, fuck yeah, I got to bring a devil dog on the show, dude. That's what my show's about. I'm the Stoned Vet USMC. You know, my show is to help advocate and fight for the medicinal benefits of cannabis. And that's one thing that you were talking about that you actually been using, right? You've been using edibles, right? Is one of your favorite things you're using.
So, with me, the moment they told me I could get off of all the medications I was on, I did. I weaned off of everything. And gabapentin and Neurontin, the medications I was taking for nerve pain, not only didn't work, but they make everyone morbidly obese really quickly.
Right.
Especially once I decide not wear my legs, I'm not about to be a pear. Like,
right.
I'm not going to go. Yeah. No. Yeah. Like, I already have so many things one could find unappealing. Like, I don't need to have a dad too. Or worse, of course, it wouldn't just be a dad bod. It'd be that, like, that great grandpa you can't actually hug. But yeah, I don't know. So I ended up, gummies were the way. I can't smoke. I think the lung thing ended up being, although times my lungs collapsed might have been part of it, but I can't smoke. I stay pissed that my lungs and my throat are on fire the whole time, and it ruins everything. But gummies destroy all nerve pain, unless it's a really bad day, but it'll dull it enough that it's fine. Because it's different levels. The nerve pains are like, sometimes it's a spike, sometimes I have just like a veil of ouch, that shit hurts. What I imagine arthritic joints feel like when it's gonna rain, like it'll just,
if you had any
feel
joints, you got one joint, don't you?
That's why I said imagine. That's what I imagine arthritic joints are like.
You just got the one.
But yeah,
you got the one though, right? The elbow.
I got an elbow and shoulder. Yeah.
Oh, the shoulders, right? The shoulders. Yeah. The shoulders.
Yeah. And I was in real life, so they pop out real easy. I tried to do hand cycle shit, and I I ended up, I was going and just whack on the Palm Coast Marathon. I made it to mile 7. It went out. I got it back in, made it to 8, and sat at the mile marker and was like, "Someone come get me. I can't do this." Like, and they came and picked me up in the truck, and I just sat there with ice on my shoulder for the rest of the damn marathon.
That shit's all hanging out like, damn.
Bitch.
Come on, bitch. But that's why I try to advocate for people. That's my biggest thing. That's why I do the show, is to help advocate and help break the stigma on cannabis, on actually learning how to use cannabis on a medicinal purpose versus just getting high. Because a lot of people like to just get high, which is nothing wrong with it.
But those people are the ones that will end up either using way too much or needing more, or needing a crazier high, and do the whole, it's a gateway drug, like they taught us in high school. But like, no, yeah, the people who need it so my feet don't hurt. My main thing is I try not to do it around the kids, so that I'm with it when I have the kids.
Right.
So, and then THC messes up your sleep pattern. Or it's supposed to. I know people who can sleep on it really well, but it jacks mine up. So if I do it too late, I can't sleep, and then I got to be up at 6 for the way. So I raw dog it throughout the week sometimes, just because I try to stay as responsible as I can around the kids.
Right, and that's one thing I try to educate people on. Like I tell people, I said, even regardless, even with your gummies, you have to understand what kind of terpene profiles are in it, what kind of flower was used. That's why whenever you get say you get gummies, say you get edibles, right? On the edibles, it'll tell you what type of flower they use to make the edible, and you have to go through and do your research on the flower to see what kind of terpenes were in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it messes up with your sleep pattern. But if you actually incorporated a good CBD, like a CBN, to go with your THC, you may be like, oh, I'm tired now. Because if you get a good CBN, the CBN is what helps sleep. It helps get you sleep and help get you that relaxation. It's like I tell people, Rafa 180 sells a sapphire. They sell a sapphire, and the sapphire is a CBN product that helps you sleep. And so, look at that hemp oil. See, 1,500 milligrams hemp oil.
Yeah, Ned brand.
Ned brand. I'm not familiar with that one, but I mean, like I tell people, there's a lot of CBD out there. Everybody makes CBD now. You just have to understand what you're ingesting. Like I tell people, hopefully it's got a QR code. You can scan it and see what's inside the product. That's why I vouch for Rafa 180 being my sponsor, because every product has a QR code, and every product will show you everything. You can pull up the lab report and see everything that's in that product. You know,
and the edibles ended up being great for me because I learned the fun fact that if you get too high, you can back it off.
Yeah,
like. That because with smoke, if you smoke too much, you're ride it out, bitch. But with the edible, if you got too gone, chug some orange juice, call it a day.
Right.
Yeah. Had fatty food, you're gonna get much higher.
Yeah.
And then
more fat.
If you drink anything with citric acid in it, it'll help calm it down.
There you go.
And that was like the big I can help tailor it.
And that's what I tell people. Like me, I've abused cannabis. There's one day I've abused cannabis so much. So I read. The crazy part is I had just read an article that people were puking from smoking too much cannabis, and I was like, who the fuck pukes smoking too much cannabis?
I did once, but it was a mixture of car sick too.
Yeah. See, so I did it. So mine was I had smoked some diamonds. Then I'd eaten 2 edibles that they don't know what the milligrams were. Their thing is like 1,000 milligram gummies. One gummy was 1,000 milligrams. And I was like, I had 2 of them. I had smoked some diamonds, and then I hit a dab a couple of times. And I was like, I'm higher than a motherfucker. Dude.
Idiot.
Like, yeah. No shit. I was at an event with my sponsor. I was with my sponsor was out promoting the products that they were doing, and I was at an event. And I just snuck up. I snuck off with the CEO so my sponsor's a master distributor for Cantech Labs, American Wholesale Hemp. And so I was with the owner of Cantech Labs, and every time I get with him, it's always a bad day. Like no matter what, we always end up smoking way too much. It just happens, you know. I'm irresponsible and I abuse the product. But I threw up that day, and I was like, this sucks. And so my sponsor came to me and said, here, smoke this. She started giving me a bunch of CBD flowers. She said, smoke the flower, CBD water. It was ingesting CBD oil to bring me down, because CBD will bring you down. CBD will bring you down. If you're too high, it will bring you down, which was great, man. And so, but like I tell people, I said, you have to educate yourself. Can you abuse it? Yeah, just like anybody who abuses alcohol. People like to go and get smashed drunk on the weekends, you know?
I was going to say, no one gives a shit when you go pound 20 at the bar or kill an entire bag of potato chips in one sitting. Like, you're literally a product, but because it's legal everywhere, it's whatever.
And that's what sucks. That's what we're fighting for. So that's why I'm fighting. That's why I'm advocating and fighting Congress right now. I'm working here in the state of Oklahoma, ensuring that all my legislature here in Oklahoma that goes to D.C. to vote, when Schumer pulls this bill out, that he'll legalize it by the end of the year, so we can all have free medicine, so we can have the medicine we deserve that we have, you know. And so that's why I advocate. This is why I advocate for this. This is why I talk about this. Is why it's important for us to have our medicine. I mean, like you, Tyler, like if you're across state lines, you can't take your fucking medicine with you across state lines. You know, without getting in trouble. Without getting in trouble.
Well, I don't. But I don't. I Advil as needed as far as like pills or anything go.
Right. And so that's what we're fighting for.
That's a huge selling point for what THC and all these things can do for you is me, double above the knee, single above the elbow, wildly mangled hand, head injury, TBI. I take no drugs or narcotics from a pill bottle.
Right. And that's what I try to tell people. You guys have to understand because of edibles, because of cannabis, right? I mean, I'm wearing the shirt. One of our brothers, Navy brothers, created the shirt. You know what I'm saying?
It's a wonderful shirt.
I love it. I love it. I love being able to support. That's what I do with the Stone Vets. Help promote my brothers, help promote my sisters, help promote my veterans that are making a difference in our community. My biggest thing is, what are you doing in our community? How are you helping our community grow and come back? You know, and for you, you started a new brand, right? You started a brand new brand that it means it's you. It's still you, man. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your new brand that you got launching?
So November 1st, the store will go live. But the clothing brand is called SFH. And if you can find us on Facebook and like and follow, you'll find all of the updates and things, and the store link and all that will be on there as of November 1st. But it stands for Still Fucking Here. Anyone who is a survivor, abuse, injury, addiction, freaking just anyone who's taken control of their life or their health and put in the fight, anyone who's proud of what they've accomplished, still fucking here.
Right.
And for the four of us, the owners, are we're not from the clothing and apparel industry. So if there are any hiccups, we're going to be learning. We're going to be growing constantly and doing everything we can to be the best for our customer base. But 50% of net proceeds, 50, for the entirety of our brand will be donated to charity.
Right.
And year we will have a rally basically to decide who we're going to be donating to that year.
Right.
So we'll be changing the different recipients of our net proceeds, 50% of our net proceeds. We're four fathers that are wanting to change the world, and we want to let everyone know that even though all of these terrible things may have happened to you, you are putting in the fight. You are still fucking here, and we see you.
No, absolutely, hands down, man. That's what I try to tell everybody. You know, that's why I tell everybody to watch the show, dude. You're still fucking here for a reason. Look at Tyler, try amputee. Motherfucker got a mangled hand. He does everything with his mangled hand. You know,
and it's diapers with my mouth.
with his mouth, but he's still fucking here. He survived death. He's been dead multiple times in his lifetime. He's been dead and brought back to his life because God told him, Tyler, I'm not done with you. You got a purpose here. There's a reason why you're here. Look at the smile on his face. He got one of those contagious smiles, dude. He smiles and you're just like, damn, dude, why are you so happy, dude? Like, what is it? I think the edibles kicked in a little bit. He's starting to feel real good.
No, well, for the record, I cannot blame the drugs.
You know, but like he said, he's always happy. He's in a good mood because he's found his purpose. He's found his reason why he's here, why he's still doing what he's doing. You know,
I aim to be a father.
you know, and
yeah, my goals now are to be the best father I can possibly be, and try to touch people's lives with our clothing brand. Those are the two things that my life currently revolves around.
No, absolutely. And that right there is legit, dude. Like, this is what I tell you guys that are trying to figure out, what do I do now? How do I live this life? What am I supposed to be doing? What's my purpose? What's your purpose is the biggest challenge, the biggest question for you. It's like I tell people in your area, like I told you guys, Travis Johnson, I think it's been maybe almost a year now. He told me there's about 22,000 veteran nonprofits in America. 22,000 veteran nonprofits in America.
The first one most people can think of is garbage.
It's garbage. So Tyler can tell you about it. So like I told Tyler, I said Fully Baked Vets is just taking some stuff. They took some funding from that nonprofit that you're talking about. They took their funding from them, and they're about to expose what they're doing. You know, but Fully Baked Vets is an awesome nonprofit. Mr. Brian Haxton, founder, Derek, CEO. They're doing some freaking amazing things. They're in Florida. He's there in Jacksonville, Florida. He's doing some amazing things with the People's Advisor. And those
30 minutes.
30 minutes away, dude. Like they're moving mountains in the veteran community. They are about to keep an eye on them because they're moving some mountains. They're about to help the veteran community.
No. You said you were going to get me in contact. I'd like to help if I can.
No, absolutely. I'll get you in contact with Mr. Brian Haxton over there at Fully Baked. He's doing some freaking amazing things over there. You know, he's an awesome brother to know. Like I said, you guys have seen my episode with him with Fully Baked Vets. Him and a couple of the other people that are teamed up with him. Bunch of Army guys. You know, they're doing some amazing things.
Was he a Ranger?
No, he was an Intel guy. He's one of those.
I met
guys.
a Ranger name, but he worked trying to get in Jacksonville trying to get various things legal. So my bad. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. Like I said, there's a lot of veterans, a lot of advocates running around doing things, making people know, making people aware of what is going on. We all have a purpose. We all have a fight. But what's your fight is my biggest thing. For you guys that are watching the show, listening to the show, however you're listening to the show or whatever the case may be, what is your purpose, man? This is why I do the show, to help you. So like Tyler here, he has no excuses, dude. He tells you guys, he's like, dude, look at me. I'm doing it. I found my purpose.
Yeah.
My purpose are my kids and my
150 pounds.
You know, he's finding his purpose, and now he started his apparel line because he wants to help those. He wants to help everybody. It's his passion. It's helping people, right? Us as veterans, that's what we love to do, is help people. We love helping people for whatever reason it is. It's just that's how we were trained. That's what we do, is help people, help our brothers and sisters. If you're in an area and you're trying to find your purpose, find a nonprofit in your area and go and support them and help them grow.
Or the shit at VFW, man. Just go find remotely like-minded individuals, even if they're not from the same war you fought in.
Right.
My main thing, I feel like we're winding down by the things you're talking about. So I just wanted to put one thing out there.
Go ahead, brother.
As far as people who are going through it right now, and you're surrounded by people that, you don't think either have your best interests in mind or wouldn't understand. Find veterans and reach out. Hit me up again. Find me on social media and hit me up. We will talk about it. We'll figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of it. Do everything you can not to become part of 22 a day.
Right. 22.
Reach out to your brothers and sisters. You let me have your back in a foreign country when the wolves were banging down the door. Why won't you trust me now?
Absolutely. No, that's why I try to tell a lot of people. A lot of people get out of service and they don't want nothing to do with the veteran community. They're done with the veteran community, right? But it's like I tell you guys, I was watching TikTok video not too long ago. Another veteran was like, dude, when you're with your brothers and sisters every day. If you live in the barracks, you're with them every day. They're to your left and to your right. If you got a flat tire, they're downstairs laughing at you, trying to change a flat tire, smoking cigarettes, bullshitting with you. And there's like 5 or 6 people watching you try to change a flat tire.
Yeah.
Just bullshitting with you, you know? Because they're always there with you. They're always there, but now you get out, you're like, there's nobody here. Like, how do I live this life? And like you said, associate yourself with people. Build your community. Like me, you guys know my community. I have a massive community here in Oklahoma. I can reach out. I got people down the street. I can reach out to them and say, what's going on? What are you doing? Let's get together. Let's have a barbecue. Let's go to lunch. Let's go do something. Because you don't want to be left alone. You don't want to be left out in the dust. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the biggest thing that sucks, is being left alone. Being alone sucks. My wife tells me all the time, you should be alone with your thoughts. I'm like, I'm good.
Silence is louder than noise. Freaking tinnitus freaking reassures me of that. But I was just like, one of the most solo events you can think of would be MMA or boxing.
Right.
That's you against the guy. But it's not. You got your cut man, you got your corner man, you got your coach, your team, you got everyone right there, right behind you, ready to support you when you need it, when that bell rings. So if you're willing to fight things one-on-one, which are your demons or whatever else, you need to still build up your corner and get a dang support system going. And if you're not finding it right around you, widen your gaze and locate people who have your best interests in mind.
Absolutely, brother. I love it. I love it, man. No, absolutely. And like you said, yeah, we getting close to the end of the show, man. Let's tell people how they can reach out to you, how to look for you, how to make sure they can get you and support what you're doing with Still Fucking Here.
So I'm on Facebook, Tyler J. Southern, and TikTok and Instagram is McNubbins89, 2 B's. And then the SFH Facebook page is the quickest way to get any information on either new products or the store itself, which will likely be open by the time this comes out. Those are your best ways to get a hold of us right now. We are sfh.com. But the Facebook page will be your biggest information.
Biggest information, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, Tyler. This is amazing. I love being able to spend the time with you today, man, to understand and hang out with you, dude, and just be in your life, be in your world. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is what it's about. Is supporting each other and helping each other grow and helping each other just find a purpose again, man. That's like I tell everybody, man, you're important to us. You may not feel like you're important to anybody, but you're the only one that can do what you do in this world. Nobody else can do it. And we need you here to be able to, You matter. You are very important. Like I said, nobody else can do what you can do, and we need you here to continue doing what you're doing. Right? Still fucking here. Still fucking here is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Remember, guys, whatever you're doing, reach out to Tyler. Reach out to my community. If you haven't came over to the STONED VET USMC, come over and become part of my Facebook page. I've been getting a lot of new members recently, a lot more people. So guess what? My channel's growing. Go to YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, and share button. I need more viewers. I need more viewers so more people see this. If you over there listening to this show on iTunes, I guess you can give me a 5-star review. I guess that put me in the algorithm thing. I don't know. I don't know iTunes. I don't know how it works. I know I'm on iTunes, though. I'm on every audio platform that's out there. If there's an audio platform that requires a review, give me a good review. If you don't like it, message me. I'll fix it. I'll fix something. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't, man.
If your argument makes any sense, we'll work on it.
We'll work on it, right, man? Well, Tyler, I appreciate you hanging out with me on this fucking Friday, enjoying the time off, enjoying the weekend, getting ready to just enjoy and kick back and relax. Hopefully you guys got some good information and got to meet another brother, dude. Somebody you never thought you'd ever meet. And guess what? Like I said, I'll get all his contact information will be down below, or if you listen to it, wherever the fucking description is on the audio platforms, however you see it, it'll be in the description box. Go over there, hit him up, dude. Meet Tyler. He'll talk to you one-on-one. He don't care, dude. Look at him. He's bouncing around dancing, dude. That's the type of person he is. He's a dancer. You know what I'm saying? He's a dancer with his wheelchair. He'll do circles in his little wheelchair, dude. But he does his thing. Like I said, he'll talk to you. Like he said, he'll talk to you. He'll figure it out. He'll help you figure out who you are and what you're doing, man. Tyler, appreciate it. Thanks for you guys listening in on this episode, getting ready just to hang out and enjoy the time together. Like I said, Tyler's part of the family now. He's a devil dog. We have that same EGA burned into our damn hearts. It ain't never going anywhere. And we're brothers for life. We stood on that yellow footprint. Look at that. Big ass EGA on his chest. Look at that. We both stood on the yellow footprint and said, I will defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestics. Simplify, motherfuckers, is what we tell them. That's what we tell our brothers. Simplify, motherfuckers. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You guys enjoy the weekend. Wait till next week. I got another episode coming out with another amazing individual. Man, remember, guys, here at the STONED VET, we got you sick.
I stay alert for my enemies trying to do me some harm. I fight for your freedom of speech and your right to bear arms. When I say I got your six, that means I got your back. But what else would you expect coming from the STONED VET? 1, 2, 3, 4 for my country, I go hardcore. Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Marine Corps.